so it's negative. Just as I suspected, it is negative. Oh my god, I just peeked at it. Oh my god. Oh. It's not even. It's not. We need to take a. I don't even know what to say. Can you? Oh my god, you can so see that. You can. That's dark. How is that so? My dates must be so off. That's dark. I don't even need to like zoom it in. You can just see it. So, I miscarried. I did not announce I was pregnant. No one knew I was pregnant again. But I was, and I kind of went MIA a little bit, as I usually did last year. So if you don't know and you are new, I have a 6-month-old, but this all happened in November and December. So I found out I was pregnant when Bentley was 4 months, and I did take some notes just to get some dates right. Let me pull them up right now. So I found out I was pregnant 9 days before my missed period. So this would be like the end of November-ish, December. I think I had my period. I think this was the end of November I found out, because I believe my period was November 4th. And then I found out I was pregnant 9 days before my December period, which is weird because you're not supposed to find, you don't get a positive test at like 9 days before your missed period. They say to wait until you miss your period to take a test, but the earliest you can get like a really faint line is usually maybe, they say up to 5 days before your missed period. I was 9 days, and if you calculate that, I would not have even implanted yet. So something was not right. The only thing that would that kind of made sense was maybe I ovulated much later from the last period, and that lined up with the beginning of my period. That's the only thing I can really think. But again, that doesn't really make much sense. I don't really know. So when I told the doctor that, sorry if I keep looking this way, Bentley's sitting right there, and if you can hear his breathing or anything, that is why. So I told the doctor that, and he didn't seem to think much of it, but I don't think he really got what I was saying, or I think he must have thought I had just mixed up my dates, but I didn't, because I track them, so I know I didn't mix up my dates. So basically, I took a pregnancy test, said I was pregnant. The line was so dark, which 9 days before my missed period, I should not even have a line, and I have a really dark line. The only other thing that went through my mind was maybe I got pregnant the month before and just had a period randomly, during that month. I don't really know. But, so I went to the doctor after I took a bunch of pregnancy tests, and I took one of the digital ones that said 2 to 3 weeks. So I thought, okay, so I couldn't have been pregnant the month before. But then, are those from ovulation or are those from conception? Because then, there's this kind of a big time frame. So I wasn't sure whatsoever. So I went to the doctor. He confirmed through a pee test I was pregnant. But when I told him I was unsure about dates, he sent me for a blood pregnancy test. So they take your blood, and it'll basically give you a time frame of your pregnancy. So I did that, and he said and I went back for my results, and they said you are pregnant and you're between 2 to 5 weeks. So that would have mean that the 9 days before I wasn't pregnant the month before, I kind of thought maybe that's possible. I was not, which means that it was November I was pregnant. I was 2 to 3 weeks like the test said. Yeah, so at this point I was pregnant, and I was really excited. I was pumped. I was yes. I always wanted 2 kids really close in age. To me, I would have been over the moon if I got pregnant when Bentley was just a month or two old, and they were like within 12 months of each other. Like if they were 11 to 12 months different, that would be perfect. Or like less than a year difference, I would love that. But so I was really happy because I thought, oh good, they'll be 13 months apart. That was the plan. That was my due date. My due date was August 10th, and Bentley is born July 2nd. So they would have been about 13 months apart, which was amazing. So I was pregnant, and then I went for the... Oh yeah, and I could check my results online. I can see my blood, HCG and everything online. So then I get my online results. I go for my prenatal. Sorry, I'm reading off here because there's kind of a lot of dates. I go back to my doctor. He says, yes, you are pregnant. And he says, okay, we'll send you for your prenatal blood package, which is where they take a bunch of blood just to do like a prenatal checkup, and they do a pee test and all that to check your sugars and your protein in your urine. So I did that. All was well. I got the results for that, and my HCG for that was 3500, which was in the normal range, so everything, there was no red flags yet. And I got that testing done on December 9th. On December 13th, on my birthday, oh, one thing I should add is I was having really weird bad back pain at night and like in the morning, and I thought it was just from being pregnant. Like the back pain was so bad. And yeah, so it turns out that is a miscarriage symptom, having just like back pain. So don't like quote me on that. Like if you have back pain, don't panic. Like it makes sense now. I did miscarry, and then the back pain went away. On December 13th, which was my birthday, unfortunately, I was sitting at my mum's house and I felt a gush. And you know when you just feel the gush and you instantly know? After that first initial gush, it did slow down. I'm still bleeding, still need to wear a pad, but it did slow down. So I just kind of knew. I honestly have bad luck. I have the worst luck. So I kind of knew when I was bleeding, like, this is it. I had that instinct, but then I was reading so many things online that gave me some hope. I was like, maybe it's fine. Some people bleed in pregnancy and still have healthy pregnancies. I guess that week, or 6 days later, I remember it was 6 days. 6 days later, I told my doctor that I was bleeding. He sent me for another blood test. 6 days later, I went for a blood test, and I was waiting. I remember checking every like hour to see if my results were posted. Because if my HCG doubled or tripled, that's a good sign. If it drops, then it confirms my miscarriage. So I remember sitting there checking every hour, or like even sooner, as soon as I got home from that blood test, to see if they were posted, and they said 24 to 48 hours, but I was like, hopefully they'll just post them early, I'll get them. So I was checking every like hour. So they were posted at like 2 or 3 a.m. and I was awake feeding Bentley, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go on and check. And I did, and the results were there, and they were 3,200 and something, which means they dropped by about 300. I felt my heart sink, and I just knew. I knew, like, there was no, I was Googling with things like, if your HCG drops, can you still be pregnant? But I knew in my, like, every inkling of my body that I had miscarried. But I was like holding on to every last little bit of hope until like the ultrasound confirmed it. But I knew, and I think because I knew, I had prepared myself, and I was okay. It does suck. I was excited that, you know, I was going to be one of those mothers that'd be pushing a double stroller. They would be 13 months apart. And yeah, it does suck. I was excited for this baby, but it was not meant to be, and that is okay. It's okay. On December 20th, my mom's birthday, like seriously, both birthdays this year, or last year I guess. My birthday's December 13th, I miscarried, and my mom's birthday, December 20th, I had my ultrasound later that day, and that was to confirm the miscarriage. So I went in, and it was a long wait, might I add. I was waiting, and I thought they'd forgotten about me. So I'm sitting there waiting, still holding on to every inkling of hope. And she comes and gets me and takes me into a different room than I was in when I had mine with Bentley. I don't know if that is, I just, you know, I've only been pregnant once, so maybe the first time that's the room I was in and I was just in a different room, but it was in like a different hallway and like other side of the building kind of thing, or other side of like the office. So we go in and I tell her, she has no idea that, I guess she just saw on my thing that I was bleeding, but I said like I'm prepared. I told her I'm prepared for the worst. I kind of know where this is going. And she went, what do you mean? And I said, well, I was bleeding like a lot, so me and my doctor are pretty sure that I have miscarried and this is a confirmation ultrasound. And she's like, okay. So I like strip down, put the gown on. She starts doing it, and ultrasound techs make no emotion. They have a straight face the whole time. I was trying so hard to read this woman, and she just had the straightest face. There was no reading her whatsoever. If you're at a dating ultrasound, they show you the heartbeat and like let you hear the heartbeat. So I knew instantly when she said we're done, and I saw no screen. They don't let you see the screen. They don't let you do anything. I knew instantly, and she said, okay, go sit in the waiting room and we'll come out and tell you what to do. And I thought, what do you mean tell me what to do? Like, do I need something? And I was really nervous. This gave me anxiety. She comes out and goes, okay, the doctor said you can go home and we'll call you with results. Now this was right before like the Christmas week. So I was nervous because I probably would not get results until after Christmas, but it was like making me nervous. Like, did I need surgery or something? Or did they find something else? And that's why I'm like getting this call. So I said to her, because I was not going to go through my Christmas week with not a definite answer. So I said to her, is it what I expected? And she said yes. So there was my definite answer. I had miscarried. Yeah, that is my story. Just know if you're going through the same thing, you are not alone. It happens to a lot of people. And it just wasn't my time for a second baby, but when it is, I will be so excited to share with all of you. And for now, you can enjoy this little face popping up in videos. This year we are working on filming a lot more. I want to do a lot of day in the life vlogs, maybe once a week with him, because I do want to look back on him growing up. He is 6 months. He just turned 6 months. That's crazy. So we're going to be filming a lot. We are improving our channel. I am filming with a mic today, so if the audio sounds different, that is why. I'm really going to work hard on improving my channel and just making it better. You know, I really want to grow this channel and just share our lives with you. That is the end of the video, and I hope that I will see you in my next, as we grow the channel and improve our videos throughout the year. So we will see you in our next. He does not want to straighten his legs. We will see you in the next video. Say bye, Bentley. Say bye. Say bye. Bye.